And we celebrate the feast of Saint Dominic the priest. So I'll just read something simple from the Psalms, since I want to speak about Dominic. Psalm 77. I remember the deeds of the Lord. Remember the deeds of the Lord. Yes, I remember your wonders of old. And I meditate on your works, your exploits I ponder. Remember the deeds of the Lord. St. Dominic, born 1170 and died 50 years later. These saints, I marvel at these saints because, you know, their lifespan wasn't nearly as long as we live now, and how much they accomplished in a seemingly with a short amount of time. And I look at myself, what the heck did I do in my 40s, 30s? Boy, they put me to shame. And Dominic, such a fellow like that, he formed an order. It's called the Dominicans, Dominic Dominicans. But also he had a dream. His mom had a dream. When she was carrying him, she saw a dog with like a torch in his mouth, burning torch, a lit torch. And somehow that must be the Dominic, that he was to bring the light to others. So the Dominicans, though it may, because of Dominic, but it's also the Latin Dominicane, which means in Latin, the Lord's dog, all right? And so Dominic's sense was the Lord's dog, that he was going to bring the light to others. He lived a very strict life. He abstained from meat, observed fast and periods of silence. He selected the worst accommodations and the meanest clothes. He never allowed himself the luxury of a bed on the floor or maybe some chair, and they didn't have recliners like we do today, all right? It's always austere life. When traveling, he began the journey with spiritual instruction and prayers. And also states that when he traveled, he often went barefoot, and that rain and other discomforts from his lips, nothing but never bothered him, but from his lips he only praised and thanked God. So lived a life of a lot of self-denial. I don't think I could handle that, but Dominic did. And what Dominic, the Dominicans, what we believe we got from them is the gift of the Holy Rosary. Believe that a Blessed Mother somehow, some way would have appeared to Dominic, and I guess instructed him about the Rosary. And the Rosary, but Rosary becomes, of course, it was little balls, a little rose petal they would roll with their fingers and become little balls. And so it'd be the rosary because of roses. And how she tried. Now people always pray with rocks, how to keep count. So I wouldn't say it was totally new, totally novel, but I guess he's the one who sort of organized it and recognized it and spread the devotion to praying. You pray the Hail Marys, but most importantly, you think about the scenes in the life of Christ. And so the Feast of St. Dominic, make the Rosary part of your life as well. It's much easier than fasting and going out meat and sleeping on the floor.